These are tea leaf and tea leaf fortune card readings for the second eclipse of January, on the 20th of January to be exact. And this is a full moon eclipse, so this is normally about doors being closed. But eclipses are always game changers, and they're always fated elements that get brought into life. That is why I'm specifically doing tea leaves and tea leaf cards, because these are things that get brought into your life. And they are game changers. They set you off on a different path. And I'm going to be doing one for each star sign. If you would like a personal reading or a private reading, or those incredible soulmate readings, or to subscribe to the weekly updates for your particular star sign, please go to my website. You will see there to order or purchase. Leo, so this eclipse is actually quite important for you guys, because this eclipse falls in your star sign. So there's no doubt going to be some big shift happening in your life. Now remember, and I've said this in all the other videos as well, eclipses occur on bell curves. So some of you will have experienced this big shift almost a month ago, just a small percentage of you. And a small percentage of you are going to experience this a month after the date, but it's just a small amount of you. Most of you, however, are going to experience a large shift because this eclipse is in your sign round about the 20th of January, give or take a few days. Eclipses are game changers. So what's going to happen here is whatever shifts, whatever moves, whatever situation unfolds, it's all about taking you higher up, evolution, the spiral of evolution in your life's path. It is a full moon eclipse, so no doubt something comes to culmination, something comes to a close. It can even be a project that reaches its culmination. Right now I made you a cup of tea, which is possibly the most fascinating cup of tea I've had in a long time where symbols are concerned. I wish I could show you, but photographing what is inside the cup is never easy because of the shape, but there is a huge big leopard in your cup. He stretches almost half of your cup. If you look very carefully, you may be able to spot him. And leopard is interesting because that's also a cat. And leopards, especially sort of in folklore, are very they're very associated with stealth and cleverness, and very adept hunters, very adept at sort of melting into their environments. Leopards have been found in urban areas even, only hunting at night. There's just signs of them afterwards. I remember, I'm going to tell you a long story now. We lived on a farm, and I lived in a cottage sort of halfway up the mountain basically, and I would walk my dogs back and forth to the lower houses often in the middle of the night, and I would see these big prints, and I often used to think, it could be leopard, but I don't know. No one had seen a leopard for many, many years. They'd basically been hunted out because there were sheep farmers in the area. And about 2 years after I left the farm, somebody went hiking up in the mountain, looked into a cave, and there was a leopard with 2 or 3 cubs. I think it was 2 or 3 cubs. And this leopard had, obviously, it was just above where my house was, had been walking up and down past my house every night, without any of us being aware of it. That's how perfectly they can fit into the environment. And she had been doing well enough to raise cubs. Not only that, she had mated with another leopard, which no one had ever seen. So that's what's associated with the leopard. They are terribly, terribly adept at sort of fitting into their environment and doing so without anybody noticing. So the fact that you have this huge leopard in your teacup says to me that this eclipse allows you to adapt to, fit into your environment. Not only that, you're going to flourish and succeed in this environment without causing any ripples. No one's even going to be aware of the fact that that is what you are doing. Lovely, lovely symbol that. You've got little hearts in here too. I'm not surprised, because as you will see in your cards, if you have a look at them, there's a heart in there as well. We'll talk about what the heart means when we get to the cards. Other than that, it's not much else that I will talk about now, because that leopard basically dominates your teacup. Your overall card for this eclipse is the basket. You will get recognition and reward for merit. I know many Leos that are either busy with projects at the moment, or are coming to sort of the end of a project fairly soon. and you will really get lots of recognition for the good work you have done, and this eclipse is especially bringing that in for you. If you look at your other cards, which is so brilliant because they match your teacup, you get the fox, which is just as shrewd as the leopard. It's its shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. I've already seen you're going to do this. I think this eclipse sort of sharpens your capabilities. It sharpens your ability to be shrewd and make the best of opportunities. You get the pineapple, which is reconciliation. You get the grasshopper, situation in the balance that requires careful handling. Something you've been dealing with lately has been a little bit tricky. However, there will be reconciliation in the situation. But, always the but, right? You need to keep that balance, that shrewdness, that resourcefulness of yours. Maintain it for now, because the situation will unfold over 6 months. That's also typical of an eclipse. It's an unfolding story. It doesn't just happen overnight. You then get the rose, which says romance is in the air. Right, now we already saw there are hearts in your teacup, so matters of the heart definitely come to culmination in this teacup. Those of you that have been waiting a long time for somebody, there's a very good chance that that somebody turns up in the next 6 months following this eclipse. You will get the first whiff of it, the first sign of it, round about the eclipse. It's definitely showing up in your lives. The final card says romance, celebration, party. So whatever comes to a culmination with this eclipse is cause for celebration. Whether it is a new lover, whether it is reconciliation within an existing relationship, whether it is the culmination of a project or something you've been working on, you will have cause for celebration with this eclipse and whatever it is you were busy with. Lovely reading. Amazing, amazing symbol in your teacup. One of the best I have ever seen. I hope that you enjoyed that reading. If you would like any of those readings I offered at the beginning, the personal, private, soulmate, or subscription to weekly updates for your star sign, please contact me via the links in the description box below. That is via the website. I want to thank you for watching, listening, commenting, liking, subscribing, and for those of you that share this video, I truly appreciate it. Those of you that comment, I read every single comment. Thank you very much.